Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Rhett. We're here to talk some more about Section 8 real estate investing. This is part 2 of acquiring Section 8 property, how to do it. If you haven't seen part 1, go to part 1 where we talk about acquiring a Section 8 property from scratch, building it up, what goes into that. Okay, this is part 2. We're going to talk about acquiring a property that's already cash flowing, okay, and the differences, the pros and cons to that, and what that means for you, the investor, all right? Now, here are the good things about acquiring a property that is already cash flowing. It's immediate cash flow. The day that you close, you will be getting a prorated amount for that day, right? That'll be in your contract, your closing agreement. So a property will be cash flowing immediately. There's no legwork, right? There's no waiting. There's no setting up inspections. There's no screening tenants. There's no applications. There's no, BS. You're immediately buying it and bang, you have cash flow. 15 days later, 30 days later, whatever it is, you'll get that beautiful guaranteed direct deposit that we talk about, okay? Now, what goes along with this, okay? You're inheriting this cash flow every month, but you're also inheriting the good and the bad with the property, okay? You're buying these things as is a lot of times. So that property might need a new roof in a year, okay? That property might have some plumbing issues. It might have some electrical issues. It might have out-of-date, wiring that you have to update that you don't know about because it's been 9 months since the last inspection. So although you're inheriting this good cash flow, that high cash flow in that area that you love, it's a good investment for you. You're good with the cap rate. You're good with the return. That tenant hasn't missed any of their portion of the payments. Maybe they're on 100% Section 8 subsidy. Regardless, you're inheriting the bad with that too, okay? Now, I've had properties that I have bought Section 8 that are cash flowing, that are 75% subsidies, that have the tenants required for 25% that have never missed, okay? That to this day, years later, I've still not done $1 of maintenance on because I've inherited unbelievable tenants. I have a couple properties that I've inherited because I've bought them already cash flowing with tenants that have been in these units for 15, 20 years that have impeccable credit and have never missed a payment, right? So I've seen the good side. I've also seen the bad side of inheriting properties, paying for some of these things, right? That are already cash flowing. What I mean by the bad is a couple months ago I bought a property that was cash flowing great. I closed on it on the 17th of the month. On the 1st of the following month, Section 8 did an audit of my tenant's pay and they chopped her Section 8 percentage from 95% to 5%, and for the next 3 months she didn't pay 95% of the rent. So yippee, Section 8 sends me 5% of the rent. Not good, right? I should have known that they were in the process of doing an audit to reassess her income. I should have stayed away from it. Now the cool thing about Section 8 is she didn't pay, right? She couldn't handle it. Section 8 said, you know what, we're gonna take care of it. We're gonna now cover 100% of her rent, and it's been perfect since. What you're also taking in is that the maintenance, okay? Deferred maintenance, we hate that. We do not like deferred maintenance. Now, what does that mean? That means we buy a property, we're inheriting that property, we got that good cash flow coming in, right? $900, $1,000 $1,100 a month coming in, we're excited. We got a great cap rate on this property, we're gonna have a hell of a return. But we get in and 25 days later, there's a surprise inspection, that yearly inspection, and we get a bill on our desk that there's $2,500 worth of stuff that needs to be done on the inside, okay? That's stuff that you might not be able to see during your due diligence, right? You're not building this from scratch. You don't know the inside and out of this house, okay? My contractor builds these things up for me, so we know every single nut and bolt. We know where every single screw's going. We know the failure points in the house. We have an idea of when they're gonna fail, whether it's 4 years down the line, 6 years down the line. We know when the roofs are put on, But sometimes when you get these houses that are older houses that have long-term tenants, a lot of the stuff's a mystery. And a lot of times you're going through an agent, right? The seller has an agent. They're slow in getting back to you from the seller. It's a great way to do it if you can find good cash flowing Section 8 properties from sellers that are good, that are not slumlords. Do not buy from slumlords. You will get into tons of problems. Buy from people that have bigger portfolios, who have, you know, a care for their portfolio, have an understanding, and have a track record of producing quality Section 8 tenants, okay, and Section 8 properties. Now, the other thing about buying already cash flowing Section 8 properties is you're going to pay a premium. Now, what does that mean? It means that somebody else has done all the legwork, right? They have found that distressed property or that property that's been in their family for years. They have found the tenant. They have dealt with the caseworker. They have filed for yearly rent increases. They've done all the work, right? You're basically buying a turnkey. You're buying a completed product. And every time you buy a turnkey, you're going to pay a premium, okay? Now, it depends what that premium is. Now, if that purchase price is still in the ballpark for you, or maybe you don't have boots on the ground, you don't have, you're buying out of state, you don't have a rehab team that you trust, you don't have a management team that you trust, you don't have somebody there that can go out and assess these properties for you or handle a rehab. Those of you who are watching that understand how hands-on you have to be during a rehab to make sure that you don't get, you know, kind of screwed during the whole thing. You guys understand that sometimes paying the premium is your only shot, right? Especially if you're buying out of state. So that's a decision that you have to make on whether paying the premium is right for you, right? Now, if you're going to be buying Section 8 property 2 neighborhoods over and you have history of being able to rehab properties, and you've done flips before and you've done buy and holds, I would say, you know, start off buying them from scratch, building them up, okay? It's gonna be cheaper. But if you're okay paying the premium and you have, you get the pro formas, you get the rent roll, you get everything you need on certain Section 8 property from a seller, and you like the way the numbers look and you're cool with paying that premium and you don't see a lot of bad, you do a couple visits, you go over there, you see that there might not be a lot of deferred maintenance and it's in good shape, do it. Do it. I have a lot of these as well as the ones I built up from scratch. These are great because you just, boom, you start churning out cash flow right away. All right, guys? Thanks for watching. Post your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll be right back at you with another video on Section 8 real estate investing. Thanks, guys.